Ki Tavo, when you come. Dvarim, Deuteronomy 26, 1 to 29, 8, or 9 in the Christian Bible. Haftarah, Yeshayahu, Isaiah 60, 1 to 22. Brit Hadashah, suggested readings, Mattityahu, Matthew 13, 1 to 23, and Romans 11, 1 to 17. V'haya ki tavo el haaretz, asher ADONAI Elohecha noten lecha nechala v'rishtach vayash baha ba. When you have come to the land ADONAI your God is giving you as your inheritance, taken possession of it and settled there. Introduction. Much of Dvarim seems to me may have been passed on from Moshe to Yehoshua before crossing into the Promised Land. There were many instructions as to what to do after the occupation of the land given to them by ADONAI, just as there were instructions for going to war with those who would not let them enter. One of the first instructions in Dvarim is to give to ADONAI the first fruits of what was given to the Israelites. In Dvarim it says, you are to take the first fruits of all the crops the ground yields, which you will harvest from your land that ADONAI your God has given you. Put them in a basket and go to the place where ADONAI your God will choose to have his name live. The method of returning the blessing is interesting, as included giving to the needy, including foreigners living with the chosen. Others include the Levite, who, like the foreigner, would not inherit land. In Dvarim, it says for the chosen to say this when giving the first fruits. Therefore, as you see, I have now brought the first fruits of the land which you, ADONAI, have given me. You are then to put the basket down before ADONAI your God, prostrate yourself before ADONAI your God, and take joy in all the good that ADONAI your God has given you, your household, the Levi, and the foreigner living with you. This is different from the harsh rules of war presented first. The Haftarah in Yeshayahu begins with this portion, included in a popular Jewish song. Kumi ori kivaret v'chevod ADONAI elai zara. In Yeshayahu it says in the Complete Jewish Bible Translation, arise, shine, Yerushalayim, for your light has come. The glory of ADONAI has risen over you. For although darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness the peoples, on you ADONAI will rise. Over you will be seen his glory. Nations will go toward your light, and kings toward your shining splendor. The prophecy carries both hope and responsibility. Without divine assistance, none of this would be possible. To do this also requires the chosen to reflect the instructions of ADONAI and the ethics of moral devotion. A messianic perspective also sees this as prophecy of Messiah to come. Messiah Yeshua has shown the light of ADONAI throughout the world. Those who look to Yeshua, Jesus, as Messiah now carry the hope and responsibility, first belonging to Israel and now shared with Gentile followers. Salvation comes from the Jews. Brit Hadashah. When teaching first century Jewish students, Yeshua, Jesus, says this, according to Mattityahu, Matthew. Here is why I speak to them in parables. They look without seeing and listen without hearing or understanding. That is, in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Yesha, which says, "You will keep on hearing but never understand, and keep on seeing but never perceive, because the heart of this people has become dull. With their ears they barely hear, with their eyes they have closed, so as not to see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their heart, and do teshuvah, so that I could heal them." In Romans, Shaul, student of Gamaliel, teaches in support of the Israelite people, Judeans. It explains the judgment of ADONAI as having purpose, saying in the complete Jewish Bible, "In that case, I say, isn't it that God has repudiated his people? Heaven forbid, for I myself am a son of Israel, from the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God has not repudiated his people, whom he chose in advance. Or don't you know what the Tanakh says about Eliyahu? He pleads with God against Israel. Adonai, they have killed your prophets and torn down your altars, and I'm the only one left, and now they want to kill me too." But what is God's answer to him? "I have kept for myself 7,000 men who have not knelt down to Baal." It's the same way in the present age. There is a remnant chosen by grace. Now, if it is by grace, it is accordingly not based on legalistic works. If it were otherwise, grace would no longer be grace. What follows is that Israel has not attained the goal for which she is striving. The ones chosen have obtained it, but the rest have been made stone-like. Shaul, the Apostle Paul, also defends those Gentiles who listen and hear the words of Adonai. While he was on a mission to bring the salvation of the Jews to Gentiles who hungered for the truth of the Tanakh. Shaul thought also of the Jewish unbelievers who would have known the truth of Messiah Yeshua, saying, "If their stumbling is bringing riches to the world, that is, if Israel is being placed temporarily in a condition less favored than that of the Gentiles, it is bringing riches to the latter. How much greater riches will Israel in its fullness bring them? However, to those of you who are Gentiles, I say this, since I myself am an emissary sent to the Gentiles, I make known the importance of my work, in the hope that somehow I may provoke some of my own people to jealousy and save some of them." Conclusions. In the wilderness, the Israelites were tested, but now were sent to war without Moshe. The words of Adonai and Moshe carried on by Yehoshua, and not the only challenges into the first century. When Messiah Yeshua came, the world rejected him, and even more were the chosen rejected. The idea of righteous Gentiles was not new when Greek-speaking Gentiles wanted to follow the Jewish Messiah, but their suffering did not compare to that of the chosen. Both Jew and Gentile are part of a plan. Shaul, Paul, to the Gentiles said, "Now if the challah offered as first fruits is holy, so is the whole loaf, and if the root is holy, so are the branches. But if some of the branches were broken off, and you, a wild olive, were grafted in among them, and have become equal sharers of the rich root of the olive tree, then don't boast as if you were better than the branches." May all of you have a good week and a Shabbat Shalom.